The weather is finally starting to break here and I am so absolutely stoked. But today we're actually gonna be doing a mod on the Jeep. So we haven't done any mods to the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT yet. So today is gonna be the first mod install on the Jeep. Well, I guess that's not true. I technically did do some mods before, but this is gonna be the first actual mod install. So now what is one thing that every Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, or I guess Grand Cherokee in general, but mainly the 5.7 and up are gonna need? That is, of course, a lovely catch can. So if I could get this out of... All right, now that we got that out of there, so you guys can see that this is the catch can that we're gonna be installing here. Now this guy is actually from UPR. So you guys may know this brand from, if you did still stick with the channel, you guys may remember this guy right here that was on my Scat pack. So this is their more cheap brand one, or not cheap brand, but you know, they're cheaper option of the two. So you can see this one's a little bit thinner and longer, where this one's a little bit fatter. So this is gonna be your typical one for like a Scat pack, stuff like that. This one was great and I loved it, so I went ahead and reached out to the company, and Brian over there at UPR was awesome enough to send out this whole kit for me. So this is actually their more like premium line and premium setup. So we're gonna go through the whole install process. You guys may be familiar with this company if you do have like a Mustang or you're in that kind of space. They tend to be really popular and within that kind of space. And they're trying to get into the Mopar space a little bit more, so hopefully you guys can help them out and show them some love. Linked in the top of the description, obviously, as usual. But if you guys have a 5.7 or a 6.4, then you definitely need to go ahead and get yourself one of their catch cans. Now, I will say that they do not have a model specific for the 3.6 liter V6, which in my opinion, the 3.6 liter V6 isn't powerful enough to really need it or require it or kind of justify putting it. But if you guys do want to put one, they can still be helpful, even though it is only a 3.6, like I said. If you do want to do it, they do have kind of build your own kits, which you guys can check out on their website as well, and you can kind of piece together what you need as far as hoses and stuff. There's a couple different things that you guys can do as far as options. Also, a nice little bonus that they offer is these little O-ring kits here. So this is just replacement O-rings to go around it. So once you start changing it, emptying it, stuff like that, those might break down over time. So you can get yourself a nice little baggie when you order it, and that way you'll have a little bit extra. Again, they were awesome for sending this whole kit out, and I'm stoked to put this in and see how it looks and how it works. I will say that I'm probably a little bit stupid, and that's why I just kind of do things on my own, but once you look at the instructions, you can kind of understand what really needs to go on. So this guy right here is actually just going to get mounted right onto the, oh my god, can I? It's going to get mounted right here onto the front of this, because not those little back bolts, which puts it right in front of the dipstick and it has more than enough room to move.
20 minutes later.
All right, look, guys, it's mounted, oh my god, look. Let's just start by recognizing that, you know, I'm not the smartest with this. I just be winging everything, but yeah, apparently these little tab clips need to come up and pop off to be able to do it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get these little tab clips off here. Let me actually show you. These little tab clips right here, we're gonna go ahead and pop these babies off, and then that's hopefully gonna give us access to be able to actually, you know, use these little bolts or these little holes. All right, so once you pop those little babies out, you guys can maybe see what they look like there. Once you pop those babies out, you can set them aside because you're not going to need them again, I don't think, but that'll give us access to where we need to actually mount these. You can see what we're doing. We're removing those two little clips, these little guys right here. Boom, pop them off, you're good to go. Now you got these nice little holes, and you can go ahead and mount to those. So that's where these screws are actually going to come through, and they'll get bolted onto there, and then they'll get bolted onto the actual piece. So let's go ahead and figure out what size we need for this first. That way we don't have to come back and figure it out later when we're working in here. So see what piece this is, and maybe I'll let you know. We'll see. Finally, after 42 hours of me being stupid, I think I finally figured it out. So you guys can see the bolt is actually going through. So you obviously take the clips off. I told you earlier something about the holes. Obviously incorrect, but you take them off, you pop this little thing. And then what I did is I just took this one little bolt out here, which looks like this, out of the little PCM right here. And then I unscrewed this one so it's pretty loose, and this gives it a little bit of play in it, so you can just, you know, get these bolts in a little bit easier. And then I think this is the setup in the order that you need to install it. And then I think you're just gonna get in there with a wrench and crank those down. I have no idea, we'll see how that's gonna work. But yeah, I think that's how it's gonna go, and then the other one's gonna mount on here. Then we'll do the hoses, and yeah, it's been at it for, you know, way too long, because I'm a little bit stupid, but it's fine. I'm figuring it out for you guys. So once you guys watch this video, if you go to install it, you'll know that how to do it, I guess, because the instructions are not that clear, but I'll try my best here to make it clear a little bit for you and help you out a little bit.
A few moments later.
All right. Look, guys, it's mounted. Oh my God, look. So it's kind of in the way of the dipstick, but you can still get it out. So that's kind of weird, and probably supposed to be mounted on the outside. But with the PCM here and everything, it's just, I feel like for a clean install, you got to do it like this. So you guys can see what it's working with. I put the bolts through, then the spacers, and then obviously we left a little bit of a gap, which is where we put this. And you guys can see over the top, I just used a little 18mm wrench here and just went in and kind of tightened them down. Not sure exactly what these are for, I guess to keep support or whatever, but check it out, guys. That's right, I did it. Now we have to do the more fun part. So I have to figure out how these hoses have to go. You can see we got the 90°, which actually is gonna click on here. Let me see if I can actually just show you. So that's gonna just click right on. You guys can see that's a really nice clicky connection, which we like. That's high end. That's what I would call high end. If you guys have never done this, you need to pop this little hose out right here, which just connects there. Like I said, that little plastic tube between these little 90° rubber housing fitting kind of things. And then you guys can see we got the hose here. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and connect up the little tube endings. I'll show you guys that, and then we'll plug it in, and we're pretty much good to go. Pretty much the hardest part is getting it mounted and figuring out that whole PCM part. But like I said, I kind of showed you guys the easiest way to do that, so I think it's on there pretty good and it should be good to go. So a little bit easier than the instructions. Do think the instructions could use a little bit of an updating, but it's almost done, guys. It's almost done. So then this little piece here is gonna go right into the end. If you guys, like I said, if you guys have never done this, then you might not know, but it's fairly simple process. So you just plug that in until it's kind of as far as it can go, like that, and you guys can see what it looks like there, nice and tight on there. And then you just take your little ending hose tube fitting kind of guy, squeeze that over the end there just to clean things up and make it look a little bit better, and then that's just gonna go ahead and plug in over here. Now that side's all in and connected, let's show you guys. There we go. All right, so we got the 90° here. This is how I kind of set it up. It should be fine. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit close to there, a little bit closer than I want it to be to like the alternator down there than I want it to be, but it's not touching any belts or anything. This is heat wrapped right here, and this is obviously not, but it should be fine. This is where I saw everyone else routing it, so I think it should be fine. I mean, I guess you technically could go around the back maybe. I don't know. I think it'll be fine here though, because it'll come straight down through there and then out into here. So let me hook up the other one and we'll see how the whole thing looks when it's fully installed. Should be fine, should be good, and let's see. So this is how things are ending up. So we have, it's gonna come through here, down this hose, which is quite long, and then down underneath, up, and then into our catch can here, which of course is mounted there. And then it's gonna go down, and then up, and then through this, and into our little 90° here, which it should be okay. Like I said, the heat kind of thing is a little bit concerning. Oh boy. Yeah, like I said, the heat thing might be a little bit concerning. I'll probably end up chopping this one down at least maybe a little bit and putting it a little bit higher. I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen, but for now you guys can see where it's mounted, and this thing is just nice and floppy, but everything's all buttoned back up and good to go. And the catch can is installed, so I'll empty it in a little bit. Obviously not today, but like in a little bit, as in like a few weeks, a month, something like that. And we'll see how it holds up and see how much is going to be in it on the SRT. Now, like I said, if you guys do want to get one of these, make sure you do click that link at the top of the description to go ahead and get yourself one. No code or anything special like that with them, but like I said, they do have one for the 5.7, the Hellcat, as well as this one, which they're all pretty similar. And if you do want to try and MacGyver and build yourself one, you guys can go ahead and try for the 3.6. If you guys do try and build one for the 3.6, let me know. I think that they're going to try and get a kit out for you guys in the future. But if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Like I said, if you guys do make a video or anything, tag me in it, and I'll be sure to check it out. And of course, if you post it on Instagram, tag me, tag UPR, and I'll be reposting them, of course. So there it is on the SRT, the first mod that I was actually able to do before, you know, waiting on that registration and inspection. Still, boys, they're still waiting on that. So once that's done, then we'll be good to go, and we'll be able to start actually getting into some mods here, because for now this is what we got. I do want to clean this off. I don't like that. But if you did enjoy, make sure you smash the like button down below. Of course, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Tell me that I'm worth it. Why do I feel so worthless? Tell me that you love me, baby, you never leave. Heart always broken where I wear it on my sleeve. Help me to pick up the pieces. Help me find peace in your essence. I've been falling in love, that's why I'm tripping.